Surahs Nisa and Zilzal, section 542. As for the situation of those people who are reminded one by one of what they did in the past, and what they should have done but did not do, while the powers that be are treating them unfairly. The appointed forces say, "What were you doing?" They say, "We were on the earth. We were oppressed and weakened." The appointed forces say, "Wasn't Allah's earth vast? Why didn't you migrate there?" Except for those men, women, and children who are unable to migrate and cannot find the right path, their destination is hell. And what a terrible place to go. It is hoped that Allah will forgive these people. Allah is very forgiving, very merciful. Whoever migrates for the sake of Allah will find many places of refuge and abundance on earth. Whoever leaves their home to join Allah and His Messenger, and then death overtakes them, their reward is certainly due from Allah. Allah is very forgiving, very merciful. And when you travel on the earth, if you fear that the disbelievers, those who knowingly reject Allah's divinity and lordship, may harm you, there is no blame on you if you shorten your prayer, reduce your financial and mental support, or cut short your efforts to enlighten the community. Indeed, the disbelievers, those who knowingly reject Allah's divinity and lordship, are clear enemies to you. And when you are among those who are traveling, when you provide education and instruction for them, let a group of them stand with you and participate in the education. Let them also take their weapons with them. Once they have received sufficient information and are convinced, let them move to our rear. Then let another group, who have not yet received education and instruction, come and join you for education and instruction, and let them take precautions and their weapons. The disbelievers, those who knowingly reject Allah's divinity and lordship, wish to launch a sudden attack on you, when you are unaware of your weapons and belongings. If you suffer from rain or become ill, there is no harm in leaving your weapons. But take your precautions. Indeed, Allah, He has prepared a humiliating punishment for the disbelievers, those who knowingly reject His divinity and lordship. Then, once you have completed your education and training, remember Allah while standing, sitting, and lying on your sides. When you find tranquility and security, establish the prayer. Provide support financially and mentally, form institutions from women in society, and keep them standing. Without a doubt, prayer, providing financial and mental support, and the duty of enlightening society have long been a predetermined obligation for believers. And do not show weakness in pursuing that enemy society. If you were suffering, surely they are suffering just as you are. And you hope for things from Allah that they cannot hope for. And Allah is the best knower, the best lawgiver. Mečim 44. Indeed, we have sent down the book to you in truth, so that you may judge between people by what Allah has shown you. Do not be an advocate for the deceitful and seek forgiveness from Allah. Surely, Allah is most forgiving, most merciful. Do not defend those who betray themselves. Indeed, Allah does not love those who are excessively treacherous, waste time, are slow in doing good, cause harm, and create faults. Netzim, Shpet. They try to hide from people, but they do not try to hide from Allah. Yet Allah is with them, when they plan at night things that he does not approve of, whether in word or decision, and Allah encompasses what they do. Go ahead. You defended them in the simple worldly life. So, who will defend them against Allah on the Day of Judgment? Or, who will arrange their affairs according to a plan and implement it by protecting and supporting this plan? Whoever commits an evil deed or wrongs themselves, then seeks forgiveness from Allah, will find Allah very forgiving and very merciful. Whoever incurs a loss of time, delays in doing good, causes harm, or creates a fault, does so against themselves. And Allah is the best knower, the best lawgiver. And whoever commits a mistake, or incurs a loss of time, delays in doing good, causes harm, or creates a fault, and then blames it on an innocent person, then they have certainly borne a slander and a clear loss of time, delay in doing good, causing harm, and creating a fault. Netim, dishes. And if it were not for Allah's gifts and mercy upon you, surely a foolish, mindless group among them would have tried to lead you astray. However, they only mislead themselves and cannot harm you in any way. Allah has sent down to you the book, and the laws, principles, and guidelines established to prevent injustice, corruption, and chaos, and has taught you things you did not know. Allah's gift upon you is very great. Netim, Shishya. Except for the whisperings of those who command charity, or things accepted by common custom, or reconciliation among people, there is no good in most of their secret conversations. Whoever does these, seeking Allah's pleasure, we will soon grant them a very great reward. And whoever opposes the messenger, after the right path has become clear to them, and follows a path other than that of the believers, we will turn them to what they have turned to, and we will admit them to hell. What a terrible destination it is! Indeed, Allah does not forgive those who associate partners with Him. As for those below that, He forgives whom He wills among them. Whoever associates partners with Allah has certainly gone far astray. They invoke none but female deities besides Allah, and they only invoke a rebellious devil. Allah cursed Iblis, and Iblis said, I will surely take a determined portion of your servants. I will surely mislead them. I will fill them with false hopes, and I will command them. They will slit the ears of cattle. I will command them, and they will alter Allah's creation, He said. And whoever takes Satan as a guide and protector instead of Allah, then surely he suffers a clear loss. Iblis makes promises to them and fills them with false hopes. But Satan promises them nothing but deception. These are the ones whose destination is hell. They will not find any place to escape from there. And as for those who believe and do righteous deeds, we will admit them into gardens beneath which rivers flow, to dwell therein forever, as a true promise from Allah. And who can be more truthful in word than Allah? This matter is not according to your desires, or the desires of the people of the book. Whoever does evil will be recompensed for it, and he will not find for himself any protector or helper besides Allah. Whether male or female? Whoever does righteous deeds, being a believer, they will enter paradise. And they will not be wronged even as much as the speck on a date seed. And who is better in religion than one who submits himself to Allah, while being a doer of good, and follows the religion of Abraham, inclining towards truth, turning away from former beliefs? And Allah took Abraham as a leader, setting a precedent for future generations. And to Allah belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatever is on the earth. And Allah is all-encompassing of everything. They ask you for a ruling concerning women, those responsible for orphans. Say, the ruling concerning them is given by Allah, and what has been ordained for them, which you do not give them, and do not desire to marry them. Concerning the orphans of women, and the oppressed children, and that you maintain justice for the orphans, is given in what is recited to you in the book, the Quran. And know that whatever good you do, indeed Allah is the best knower of it. Star 549. To Allah belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatever is on the earth. We have certainly enjoined upon those who were given the scripture, before you and upon you, to fear Allah. If you disbelieve, if you reject Allah's divinity and lordship knowingly, know that whatever is in the heavens and whatever is on the earth belongs only to Allah. Allah is free of need from anything. He is the one who is most deserving of all praise. To Allah belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatever is on the earth. Allah is sufficient as the one who arranges all beings according to a specific program and implements it by preserving and supporting this program. If Allah wills, He can remove you, O people, and bring others in your place. And Allah is fully capable of doing this. Whoever desires the reward of this world should know that the reward of this world and the hereafter is only with Allah. And Allah is the all-hearing, the all-seeing. Netim, Pathet. O you who have believed, be steadfast in upholding justice for Allah, even if it is against yourselves, your parents, and your close relatives, being those who know and declare the truth, and who uphold and observe justice completely. Whether one is rich or poor, know that Allah is closer to both. So do not follow your empty, superficial desires to fulfill justice. If you distort or withhold, know that indeed Allah is aware of what you do. O you who have believed, do not leave any hidden, fear-inducing concerns regarding Allah, His Messenger, the book revealed to, His Messenger, and the book revealed before. And who, if anyone conceals Allah, His angels, His books, His messengers, and the last day, and does not fully disclose them, they have certainly strayed into a far misguidance. Netim, Bina. Indeed, those who believe, and then disbelieve, knowingly reject, do not believe, then believe again, and disbelieve again, knowingly reject, do not believe, and then increase in their rejection of Allah's divinity and lordship. Those people, Allah will not forgive them, nor guide them to a path. Those who take as guides and protectors those who turn to disbelief, knowingly rejecting Allah's divinity and lordship instead of the believers, give these hypocrites the news of a very painful punishment awaiting them. Are they seeking honor and glory with them? Yet all honor and glory belong to Allah. And Allah has revealed to you in the Quran, when you hear Allah's verses being knowingly rejected and mocked, do not sit with them unless they engage in a different conversation. Otherwise, you would be like them as it was revealed. Indeed, Allah is the one who will gather all those who are watching over you, the hypocrites and disbelievers, those who knowingly reject Allah's divinity and lordship, in hell. And if a victory comes to you from Allah, they say, Were we not with you? And when there is a share for the disbelievers, those who knowingly reject Allah's divinity and lordship, did we not give you superiority? Did we not protect you from the believers? They say, Allah will judge between you on the day of resurrection. Allah will never allow the disbelievers, those who knowingly reject His divinity and lordship, to have a way over the believers. Indeed, the hypocrites try to deceive Allah, but He is their deceiver, and they approach prayer, supporting financially and mentally, enlightening the community as indecisive ones wavering between both sides. When they go out into society, they rise lazily. They are neither with the believers nor with the disbelievers. They show off to people, and they remember Allah only a little. And whoever Allah leads astray, you will not find a way for him. Netim. O you who have believed, do not take disbelievers, those who knowingly reject Allah's divinity and lordship, as guides or protectors who are lower in status than yourselves. Do not appoint them as leaders. Do you wish to provide Allah with a clear proof against yourselves? Indeed, the hypocrites, except for those who repent, reform, hold fast to Allah, and purify their religion for Allah. These are with the believers, and Allah will give the believers a great reward. They are in the lowest level of the fire, and you will not find for them any helper. If you have repaid the blessings given to you and have believed, Allah will inflict His punishment on you. Allah is the one who rewards for deeds and is the best knower. Naim 1:54. Allah does not like the public utterance of evil words, except by those who have been wronged. And Allah is the best hearer, the best knower. If you disclose a good deed, or conceal it, or pardon an evil, know that indeed Allah is very forgiving, the best in the power. Netim, Sepet. Those who disbelieve in Allah and His messengers, knowingly rejecting Allah's divinity and lordship, saying, we believe in some and disbelieve in others, seeking to make a distinction between Allah and His messengers, and thus trying to find a path between faith and disbelief, knowingly rejecting Allah's divinity and lordship. They are indeed the disbelievers, those who truly reject Allah's divinity and lordship. And we have prepared a humiliating punishment for the disbelievers, those who knowingly reject Allah's divinity and lordship. Those who believe in Allah and His messengers and do not make a distinction between them, they are the ones whom Allah will soon reward. And Allah is very forgiving, very merciful. The people of the book ask you to bring down a book from the sky for them. And indeed they asked Moses for something even greater than this, saying, show us Allah openly. Then they were seized by an overwhelming fear due to their wrongdoing. Even after clear signs had come to them, they took the calf as a deity. Then we forgave them for that, and we gave Moses a clear proof. And with their promise, we raised them, their values, and Moses, to the most blessed stage, the rank of prophethood. And we said to them, enter the gate humbly and submissively. Again, we reminded them to reflect. We said, do not transgress on the day of worship. And we took a solemn pledge from them. Thus, due to the unjust behaviors of those who became like the Jews, they're preventing many people from the path of Allah, taking usury despite being forbidden, gaining profit, without effort, service, or risk and consuming people's wealth unjustly. We made lawful things forbidden for them, things that were pure. And for those who became like the Jews, the disbelievers who knowingly rejected the divinity and lordship of Allah, we have prepared a painful punishment. However, among those who became like the Jews, those who are deeply rooted in knowledge, and those who believe, they have faith in what has been revealed to you, and what was revealed before you. They are those who establish prayer, create and maintain institutions for financial and intellectual support and enlightenment of society, give the zakat, which is the believer's debt of faith and duty of servitude for the spread and maintenance of Allah's religion and the establishment of prayer, sincerely as a tax, and believe in Allah and the Last Day. They are the ones to whom we will give a great reward. Naim, decision. Indeed, we have revealed to you, as we revealed to Noah and the prophets after him, to Abraham, Ishmael, Isaac, Jacob, the descendants, Jesus, Job, Jonah, Aaron, and Solomon, and to the messengers. We have already told you about, and to the messengers we have not told you about. We revealed as bearers of good news, and warners, so that people would have no argument against Allah after the messengers. We gave the Psalms to David, and Allah spoke to Moses repeatedly. He wounded him repeatedly, causing much distress. And Allah is the most exalted, the most powerful, the most honorable, the one who cannot be defeated, the absolute victor, the best lawmaker, the one who best prevents corruption, the one who builds firmly. But Allah bears witness to what He has revealed to you, then, which He has sent down with His knowledge. All the verses also bear witness, and Allah is sufficient as a witness. Indeed, there is no one among the people of the book who will not believe in what has been revealed to you, the Quran, before they die. And on the day of resurrection, the Quran revealed to you will be a good witness against them. Netim Hinshingstaroj. Indeed, those who have disbelieved knowingly rejected Allah's divinity and lordship and hindered others from the path of Allah have certainly fallen into a far-reaching misguidance. Indeed, those who disbelieve knowingly reject Allah's divinity and lordship and commit wrong by associating partners with Him, Allah, will not forgive them. Nor will He guide them to any path other than the path of hell, where they will remain forever and eternally. And this is very easy for Allah. Nećim, Pinchnomvet. Oh, people! Indeed, the Messenger has brought you the truth from your Lord. So, believe in the truth for your own benefit. If you do not believe, know that everything in the heavens and the earth belongs to Allah. Allah is the best knower and the best lawgiver. O people, surely a clear proof has come to you from your Lord, and we have sent down to you a clear, illuminating light. As for those who believe in Allah and hold fast to the clear light, Allah will admit them into His mercy and bounty and guide them to Himself on a straight path. O people of the book, do not go to extremes in your religion and do not say anything about Allah except the truth. The Messiah, Jesus, son of Mary, is only a messenger of Allah, and His word which He conveyed to Mary, and a spirit from Him, born through revelation. So believe in Allah and His messengers, and do not say three. Cease, it is better for you. Allah is only for one God. He is far above having a child. To Him belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatever is on the earth. Allah is sufficient as the one who arranges all beings according to a specific plan and implements this plan by maintaining and supporting it. the Messiah, and of the angels brought near, the powers that believers in Jesus think helped Jesus, will never disdain being servants of Allah. And whoever disdains his worship and is arrogant, let them know that he will soon gather all of them, the earth. When the earth is shaken with its convulsions, and the earth brings forth its burdens, and man says, "What is happening to it?" he will gather them to himself. On that day the earth will declare all its news, because your Lord will have inspired it to do so. On that day, people will come forth in groups to be shown their deeds, so they may see their actions. So whoever does an atom's weight of good will see it, and whoever does an atom's weight of evil will see it. As for those who believe and do righteous deeds, Allah will give them their full rewards, and will grant them even more from His bounty. But those who disdain worship and act arrogantly, He will punish them with a painful torment. They will not find for themselves any protector, guide, or good helper besides Allah.
Surah Hadid, Medina period. Section 61. Everything in the heavens and on the earth glorified Allah, free from all deficiencies. And He is the most exalted, the most powerful, the most honorable, the one who cannot be defeated, the absolute victor, the best lawmaker, the one who best prevents corruption, the one who builds firmly. The dominion of the heavens and the earth belongs solely to Him. He gives life, and nurse causes death. He has power over all things. He is the first, the last, the manifest, the hidden, and He is the all-knowing. He is the one who created the heavens and the earth in 6 stages, then established Himself on the greatest throne, the sovereign. He knows what enters the earth and what emerges from it, what descends from the sky, and what ascends to it. And wherever you are, He is with you. And Allah is the best observer of what you do. The dominion of the heavens and the earth belongs solely to Him, and all matters are returned to Allah alone. He merges the night into the day, and the day, into the night. He is the best knower of what is in the hearts. Nečim 162. Believe in Allah and His Messenger. Spend in the way of Allah from what He has made you successors of. Provide for others, starting with your own relatives. For those among you who believe and spend, there is a great reward. What is the matter with you, that you do not believe in Allah, while the Messenger invites you to believe in your Lord? Yet He, if you are believers, had already taken a firm promise from you to believe. Allah is the one who sends down clear signs to bring you out of darkness into light. And indeed, Allah is very compassionate and very merciful to you. Nečim 63. The ultimate ownership of the heavens and the earth. Why do you not spend in the way of Allah, even though the ownership belongs to Allah? Those among you who spent and fought before the conquest are not equal. They are greater in degree than those who spent and fought afterward in the way of Allah. However, Allah has promised the best to all of them, and Allah is aware of what you do. Who is it who will lend to Allah a good loan, so that He may multiply it for him many times over? For him there is also a noble reward. Netim 164. On that day you will see believing men and believing women with their light running before them and on their right. Today, your glad tidings are gardens beneath which rivers flow, where you will dwell forever. This is indeed the great triumph. On that day, the hypocrite men and hypocrite women will say to those who believe, "Wait for us, so that we may acquire some of your light." It will be said, "Turn back and seek light elsewhere." Then a wall with a gate will be erected between them, with mercy inside and torment on the outside. Were we not with you? They will call out. The believers will reply, "Yes, but you led yourselves into temptation. You waited, doubted, and false hopes deceived you. Finally, the command of Allah came upon you, and the great deceiver deceived you about Allah. Today no ransom will be accepted from you, nor from the disbelievers, those who knowingly rejected Allah's divinity and your Lord. Your destination is the fire. It is what you deserve. What a terrible place to return to." Netim 565. Has the time not come for the believers yet, so that their hearts may tremble at the remembrance of Allah and what has come from the truth? Let them not be like those who were given the book before then. A long period passed over them, and their hearts hardened. Most of them have gone astray. Know that Allah revives the earth after its death. Perhaps you will use your reason. We have clearly set forth the signs for you. Indeed, the men who give charity, and the women who give charity, and those who lend Allah a good loan, it will be multiplied for them many times over. For them there is a very honorable reward. Those who believe in Allah and His messengers, they are the ones who are truly the friends and the truthful ones, and the martyrs in the presence of their Lord. For them there is their reward and their light. As for those who disbelieve and deny our signs, they are the companions of the hellfire. Know that the worldly life is merely a game, a passionate distraction, an adornment, a boasting among yourselves, and a competition in the increase of wealth and children. Like the example of rain, the crops it produces delight the farmers. Then it dries up, and you see it turn yellow. Then it becomes chaff. Again, know that in the afterlife there is severe punishment for the disbelievers, and forgiveness and pleasure from Allah for the believers. The temporary life of this world is nothing but the goods of deception. Race towards forgiveness from your Lord, and a paradise as vast as the heavens and the earth, prepared for those who believe in Allah and His messengers. This is the gift of Allah, which He grants to whom He wills. He gives it to whom He wills. And Allah is the possessor of great bounty. So that you do not grieve over what has escaped you, nor exult over what He has given you, whatever misfortune befalls on earth or within yourselves. It was definitely in a book before we created it. Indeed, that is easy for Allah. And Allah does not like those who are stingy and enjoin others to be stingy, those who are arrogant and boastful. And whoever turns away, then know that indeed Allah is the self-sufficient, the praiseworthy. Naim, in chest. Indeed, we have sent our messengers with clear proofs, and we sent down with them the book and the balance, so that people may uphold justice, and so that Allah may identify and show those who help His religion and His messengers in places where they are unseen and unknown. We also sent down iron, in which there is great strength and benefits for people. Indeed, Allah is powerful, almighty. And indeed we sent Noah and Abraham as messengers. Prophethood and the book, we continued it among their descendants. Then among them were some who were rightly guided, but many of them were defiantly disobedient. Then, following in their footsteps, we sent our messengers one after another. We sent Jesus, the son of Mary, after them. We gave him the gospel, and placed compassion and mercy in the hearts of those who followed him. The monasticism they invented, the principle of living an ascetic life by abandoning wealth, property, spouse, and children, we did not prescribe it for them. They introduced it only to seek the pleasure of Allah. Then they did not observe it as it should be observed. Then we gave their reward to those among them who believed. But many of them are those who have gone astray. 9. 7. Oh, you who have believed, seek protection under Allah's guidance. Believe in His messenger, so that the people of the book may know that they have no power over Allah's gifts, and that indeed the gifts are in Allah's hands, and He grants them to whom He wills. May Allah grant you 2 shares of His mercy. May He make for you a light by which you will walk and forgive you. Allah is most forgiving, most merciful, and Allah is the possessor of great gifts. Surah Muhammad. In the Medinan period, those who disbelieve and hinder others from the path of Allah, Allah has led their deeds astray and rendered them futile. And those who believe, do righteous deeds, and believe in what has been sent down to Muhammad as the truth from their Lord, Allah has covered their misdeeds and improved their condition. Allah does this because indeed the disbelievers, those who knowingly reject Allah's divinity and lordship, follow falsehood, while indeed those who believe follow the truth from their Lord. Thus Allah presents examples to people in this way. So do not weaken, and do not call for peace while you are superior. Allah is with you, and Allah will never diminish your deeds. When you encounter those who do not believe in Allah's divinity and lordship, when you fight them, then strike their necks in battle to the death. Then, when you have gained dominance over them, bind them firmly. Make full, firm decisions. Then they threw off the burden of war and disruption, and when the war was over, they gave them away, either for nothing, or in exchange for salvation, set them free. Indeed, if Allah had willed, He could have punished them and ensured justice. But this is so, that He may test you with one another. As for those who are killed, who kill, and who fight in the way of Allah, Allah will never let their deeds go to waste. Allah will guide them, improve their condition, and admit them to the paradise He has made known to them. So, do not lose heart, and do not call for peace while you are superior. Allah is with you, and He will never diminish your deeds. Nechim, Shavze. O you who have believed, if you help Allah, He will help you and make your feet firm. As for those who disbelieve, destruction is upon them. and Allah has led their deeds astray, this is undoubtedly because they disliked what Allah has revealed. So Allah has nullified their deeds. Have they not traveled through the land? So that they may see how the end of those before them was. Allah destroyed them completely. And for these disbelievers, those who knowingly reject Allah's divinity and lordship, there are similar ones. And we have destroyed cities stronger than the one that expelled you, so much so that there was no helper for them. Indeed, Allah will admit those who believe and do righteous deeds into gardens beneath which rivers flow. As for those who disbelieve, they enjoy and eat as cattle eat, and the fire will be a lodging for them. This is the happiness of the believers, and the misery of the disbelievers. Indeed, Allah is the helper, guide, and protective ally of those who believe, while for the disbelievers, those who knowingly reject Allah's divinity and lordship, there is no helper, guide, or protective ally. So, what about the one who is on a clear proof from their Lord? Is such a person like those whose evil deeds are made attractive to them and who follow empty, fleeting desires, like those who will remain in the fire eternally and be given boiling water to drink, causing their intestines to be torn apart? The example of paradise promised to those who are under Allah's protection. There are rivers of pure water that never spoil, rivers of milk whose taste never changes, rivers of wine delightful to those who drink, and rivers of pure honey. For them in paradise there are all kinds of fruits and forgiveness from their Lord. Among them are those who listen to you, so much so that, when they leave your presence, they say to those who have been given knowledge, "What did he just say?" These are the ones whose hearts Allah has sealed, and who follow their own empty desires. And those who have entered the right path they were guided to, Allah has strengthened their guidance, and granted them the protection of Allah. Are they now waiting for anything other than the sudden arrival of the hour of judgment? Indeed, the signs of that hour have already come. So when it comes to them, what will their taking heed mean to them? Therefore, know that there is no deity except Allah. Seek forgiveness for your own sins and for the believing men and believing women, and Allah knows your movements and your resting places. Those who believe say, if only a surah were revealed. But when a surah with clear commandments is revealed and fighting is mentioned in it, you see those with a disease in their hearts, those with a corrupt mindset and belief, looking at you as if they are fainting from the fear of death. Now, words that are in compliance with obedience and custom accepted as good by everyone are closer to them. Then, if they had shown loyalty to Allah once the matter was decided, it would have certainly been better for them. So, if you take control, do you hope to cause chaos on earth and sever your family ties? They are the ones whom Allah has excluded, then made their ears deaf and their eyes blind. So, do they not reflect upon the Quran, considering it thoroughly? Or are there locks upon their hearts? Surely, after the right path has become clear to them, they turn back to disbelief. Those who knowingly reject Allah's divinity and lordship, Satan, has made it appear pleasing to them and has led them into long hopes. This is because they said to those who dislike what Allah has revealed, in some matters we will obey you, yet Allah knows what they conceal. So, how will it be when the appointed forces strike their faces and backs, reminding them one by one of what they did in the past and what they failed to do. This is because they followed things that Allah dislikes and were displeased with His approval. Thus Allah has nullified their deeds. Or do those with a disease in their hearts, those with a corrupt mindset, think that Allah will never reveal their malice? If we had willed, we would have certainly shown them to you. Then you would have recognized them by their marks. Yet you will surely recognize them by the tone of their speech. And Allah knows your deeds. And indeed, we will test you to make evident those who strive among you and those who are patient, and we will mark and show them. We will subject you to trials. We will also test your news. We will subject you to trials. Indeed, those who do not believe in the divinity and lordship of Allah, who hinder others from the path of Allah, and oppose the messenger after the right path has become clear to them, they cannot harm Allah in any way, and Allah will render their deeds void. Nezim, 574. O you who have believed, obey Allah, obey the messenger, and do not nullify your deeds. Indeed, those who disbelieve, who knowingly reject the divinity and lordship of Allah, who do not believe, who lead others astray from the path of Allah, and then die as disbelievers, knowingly rejecting the divinity and lordship of Allah, they will never. Allah will not forgive them, nor will He pardon them. So do not weaken, and do not call for peace, while you are superior. Allah is with you, and He will never diminish your deeds. Indeed, the simple life of this world is nothing but play and amusement. If you believe and seek protection under Allah, He will grant you your rewards. He does not ask for your wealth. If Allah were to ask for your wealth and press you, you would be stingy. He would expose some of you. You are the ones called to spend in the way of Allah. Yet some of you are stingy, and whoever is stingy against their own self. And Allah is rich, while you are poor. If you turn away, Allah will replace you with another people. Then they will not be like you,